kimache ketile mshahara, mimi ana mshahara ngat kage on chito koto mi mshahara. Kage kuweka nene nyali lipanoti chimi let yu ko kage leji chun chimi tai kwa sababu ya makosa yenye umefanya. Kuna watu hapa wako na bunduki. Hapana. Hakuna. Kuna watu hapa wako na bunduki. I'm telling you. Na sijakuja hapa leo kupigiwa makofi. Nimekuja sitaki kupigiwa makofi na askari na sitaki kupigiwa makofi na wahalifu. Nimekuja hapa kusema shida yenye iko Ang'ata Barikoi, huko Kuitembe, upande ya Kuria na hapa ni kwamba kuna watu wako na bunduki haramu. There are people and there are some of them who hata wengine wako hapa sahi. It's the last day. I am giving you a free warning. Rudisha bunduki kwa polisi, kwa police station. Kabla hatujakujia hiyo bunduki. Na tukikujia hata ulie ufanye nini, there is nothing you can do. We will deal with you perpendicularly. We will deal with you with the highest force that has ever been found in this republic. This is the last time. Hii ni mara ya mwisho tutakuja kuongelelea mambo ya bunduki. And I'm telling you, mimi nasikia watu wengine wanasema there will be the day tutakujia bunduki, you will never hear any of you speaking kwa hapa siku nyingine.
Gengista noton chitab Kalenjin ketokyin logoiwek alak kole en kasarta noton komong'e alak en kandoik chebo bolotet koboto ichek cheindochin imandab kipkosobe ak komwa kole tete kosuldaen bonwekab oret en betutab mutai tarikit 25 nekibwotyin neranik chebo Gen Z chekibet sobonwekwak en kenyitab 2024 kokomong'e kandoik chebo kanisa en katuiyetabgei noton nenaat ko Kenya Catholic Bishops ak komwa ichek kole nyolu ketekis imanda noton nebo ichek chebendi kotinye ak bonwechoton ak kokimit ichek kole nyolu ketekis imanda noton nebo sobonwek chebo biikab boror. Koimuche kora kosom ichek chebendi kotinye ak bonwechoton koker kole kaikimit kalyet.
We call for the respect of the dignity of human life in everything that we do. Whoever participates in anything, in any activity, in any demonstration, must bear in mind the importance, the critical importance of the dignity of human life that has to be protected. The respect for property, whether the property is private or public, it is important that all of us as Kenyans, we respect the dignity of human life and property, both private and public. This respect for the dignity of life must have its foundation in the listening to all the voices of Kenyans, young and old alike. All must listen. The government, the judiciary.
Kingestoenge noton ko en logoiwek alak komwoe serikalitab emoni kole kokokoito IDs anan kibandok cheititoge 1.5 niton ko en kasarta nebo arawek 6 chekokosirto yetab keboisien tetutiet nelel noton nebo musoknotetab kasari nenaat mising ko live capture. Niton ko kosubkei ak sirindet neo en ministry noton nebo ripsetab kalyet en emet orit, department noton nebo uatet noton ko Belio Kipsang nekomwoe ine yekon koititatait noton nebo committee nebo bunge. Kotes komwa ine kole kokokoito kibandochoton ngiyonien 1.9 chekikikoito en kenyit komugul nekosirtoi.
In the last 6 months since we started using the live capture equipment, this year between January and May, we have issued 1.5 million IDs in the last 5 months. Within the same time last year, between January and December, we issued 1.95, 1,950,000 IDs through the year. We've done 80% already in the first 6 months. Not even 6 months. 6 months is ending at the end of this month. We are projecting that by the end of this year, we shall have been able to produce 3 million IDs. More than 3 million IDs because of one, efficiency, and two is that Kenyans who have gone through very difficult situation through vetting for a very long time are now getting IDs. We have what we call a refugee ID. so that the refugees will be able to enjoy services that they ought to enjoy as refugees. And we have our national ID, which is issued to the Kenyan citizen. And as PS responsible for issuance of identification, we issue identification to those 3 categories as they deserve and guide.
Gingi mangwin bunge nebo emoni ketokyin county noton nebo Nandi ole koimongi alakene kwonyik chemiten en katuyetab Kenya naat ko maendeleo ya wanawake akosuldaen konetisiet koityi alak en chepkamatunik en county nebo Nandi akobo kamanutiet noton nebo beek chetililen nekomwa kole niton ko oret agenge noton nebo kekirinda mionwogik choton cheibu beek chemuren. Ibwech kondab logoiwekab en county nebo Nandi Elwin Cherop.
Kondochin Raab Muiyu nebo ng'echeret en kibagengeitab kwonyik ne naat ko maendeleo ya wanawake komwae ichek kole tete koba counties tugul en emoni asikonet kwonyik tugul kamanutiet nebo keboisie beek chetililen chemakinde chemicals.
Tukisafisha maji kuna ugonjwa inaitwa hiyo kitu imeumiza watoto. Ni mtoto ni mchanga ukiingia whether ni slums ni tumbo hivi ni tumbo it is all because of water. So therefore here as maendeleo all we have done in our lives is to advocate for what is good for families.
Situ kabla hatujatumia hii maji sawa guns tulikuwa tunaenda hospitali kila wakati, mambo ya typhoid, mambo ya amoeba, mambo mengi, lakini tangu ni kama about 1.5 years hatujaenda hospitali kuhusu hayo magonjwa. Mambo ya watoto kukonjeka, kila mtu kukonjeka kwa familia ni a burden to a woman, kwa sababu mimi mwenyewe ndio nitachukua hiyo kazi yote, na sana magonjwa inaletwa na maji, sio magonjwa mazuri, ni magonjwa magumu.
So we have 10 counties which are now the champions who have done well, lakini hakuna county itasema haikujua maneno ya maji.
Agot kounoto kokaiwekyi kongoi president nebo emoni Dr. William Ruto nekoyamis ichek kole wendi kokochin chepkondok cheite $250,000 chebendi kotoreti en kasuldaetab boisionik chebo bandab tai chetokyingei kwonyik en emoni.
We lobbied the president. Hawa wamama nusu yao tulikuwa State House na rais 1st of April, about 5,000 of us, na tukamweleza kila kitu na tukamwambia ile itatusaidia kwa sababu mimi nimezunguka Kenya mzima, nimeona wamama wakipanga laini wanataka can, they do not have 500 shillings. We started looking for maendeleo ya wanawake Mbao Sacco. The only way out is to have some syndicate capital. Rais akatuahidi, akatangaza atatusaidia na 250 million. Wamama nimesikia mkishangilia. Mambo ile sisi tungefanya yote tumefanya, so that every woman in this country, whether it is in Wajir or it is in Marsabit, akisha save pesa yake, kuna yale tutasaidiwa digital platform. Hiyo yote ikifanywa, we are able to make sure this can is in every home in this country.
Kongetege taunetab Kapsabet County.
Sabit akisha save pesa yake, kuna yale tutasaidiwa digital platform. Hiyo yote ikifanywa, we are able to make sure this can is in every home in this country.
Kongetege taunetab Kapsabet County nebo Nandi, logoiywekab emet chebo Nenyon TV, kainenyu ko Elwin Cherop.
Kene logoiwek alak chekergei ak choton chitab Kalenjin kokomongkei kampunit agenge en county noton nebo Bomet ak kokoito mashinit noton nekitililen beek nenaat missing ko water purifier en agenge en sukulit en kebeberaton ne komwa kole toreti missing konyorun kipsomaninik choton beek chetililen asikobit keistoengei mionwogik cheibu beek chemuren.
Lakini kingonam koit Aqua Clara keboiboenchi boisiet nekikoyoiwechi kiibwech beek chetililen choto chekeboiboenchini amun kitinye shida lagokyok komiondos en abokora ng'alekab moet, ng'alekab metit. So keboiboitu amun kikesich beek tangit kibelelit ak keib akechek koba korikyok noto nekeboiboenchini.
Na tumekuwa na shida ya mambo ya maji kwa shule yetu, lakini kwa usaidizi ya Aqua Clara tunasema asante. Hapo awali tumekuwa tukiitisha tractor ituletee maji wakati wa kiangazi ili wasaidie watoto, lakini wakati huu tunashukuru Aqua Clara kwa sababu wametusaidia.
En yukonye tugul kokoboisien lagok beek chemotililen koibu alak en oinet en wakati wa asista, kokoe alak chemi keringonik kokie chemi tangit direct ko contaminated, lakini en nguni kokokeib hatua mbele konyo kotoretech Aqua Clara kakokonech Aquaclara tankishek, kakokonech purified water.
Learners in most schools suffer from waterborne diseases, even from the information that we get from our head teachers. The project that we do is to ensure that these learners from various schools have access to safe drinking water. As we know, most of these children are young, and as they grow up, they don't have an option. They don't know which water is safe and which water is contaminated, or even boiling.
This is a project to provide safe water for the school community, whole school community, and maybe even to the nearby community members. So we want to thank Aquaclara team for this support, this collaboration with the county government of Bomet. This is one of the ways of easing the shortage of safe water among our community.
En logoiwek alak chitab Kalenjin ko kokecher biikab emoni kokirindaen kimnotet pcheiyet koboto bororiondit nekikoib asenet neo en emoni. Noton ko cherset koyob president nebo emoni William Ruto nekong'ololi en kotab boror anan State House en kasarta noton nekoindo siyet bilit noton nebo chepkondok nenaat missing ko finance bill nebo kenyitab 2026. Komwa president William Ruto kole kayomisutik choton chebo koib walet en emoni kowendi kosuldo en kasarta nemalo.
I have said before that Kenya will become a first world nation within a generation. Some hear ambition. I see possibility. Every serious plan must be financed. Every transformation must be funded. And every national aspiration must be backed by action. That is what this budget does. That going into the future, every part of Kenya, irrespective of how they voted, irrespective of who they are, irrespective of the past, will benefit from the development of our nation. And that no part of Kenya, no region of Kenya, no section of Kenya, no community of the Republic of Kenya, no religious persuasion will be left behind, that we are going to move together. Together, we must reject propaganda. We must reject misinformation. We must reject disinformation. We must reject fake news. We must reject insults. We must reject hate. We must reject ethnic bigotry and profiling. And we must reject division. I therefore call upon all Kenyans to remain united, confident, and focused on our shared path.
En finance bill noton nebo kenyini chitab Kalenjin ko agenge en sectors choton chekonyor chepkondok chechang missing ko sector nebo somanet koboto nebo tililindo. Ole mwae president William Ruto kole chepkondok chekokinde sector nebo somanet ko asikoker kole kanyor kipsomaninik tugul somanet en emoni. Ak en sector nebo tililindo ko kokiteshi chepkondok kibagenge netinye ak letaetab kerichek noton nebo KEMSA. Nemwae president William Ruto kole asikobit kichuchuch rorunetab kerichek en sipitalishekab emoni.
This investment reflects a simple belief. Every child deserves the opportunity to learn, to grow, and to succeed. To honor our commitment to teachers on contract, 20,000 teachers will transition to permanent and pensionable term, as has been provided by this budget. In addition, we will recruit a further 24,000 teachers. Funding for Kenya Medical Supplies Authority has increased from 5 billion to 21 billion to strengthen the supply of medicines and medical commodities. With this investment, there should be no shortage of essential medicine in our health facilities. Let me say this for the avoidance of any doubt. The biggest challenge that citizens have often complained about is the lack of medicine in our health facilities, the Hakuna Dawa issue. We have also allocated Kenya shillings 3.7 billion to support all our 107,000 community health promoters to strengthen the supply of medicines and medical commodities. With this investment, there should be no shortage of essential medicine in our health facilities. Let me say this for the avoidance of any doubt. The biggest challenge that citizens have often complained about is the lack of medicine in our health facilities, the Hakuna Dawa issue. We have also allocated Kenya shillings 3.7 billion to support all our 107,000 community health promoters through replenishment of kits and tools and by covering their social health. About is the lack of medicine in our health facilities, the Hakuna Dawa issue. We have also allocated Kenya shillings 3.7 billion to support all our 107,000
Kagosire dakikoshek tiptemu chitab kolenjin choton ko logoiywekab emet kong'eten ketesiet noton nebo Nenyon TV. Ka director nenyunet ko Alan Kiprono kobaten amoche sikobit ameten en eunek choton chebo Frederick Fredwa ne kou ye ikere en screening'ung ko kakochobok inendet asikobit koibun logoiwek choton chebo urerioshek. Angen ale tindoi logoiwek chechang kot mising chetinye ak urerioshek en betutab raini. Amogun koskoleng'ut netala.
Kongoi Elkana Bett noton nekaibun logoiywekab emet en koindo ako kasarta nenyonen ko kakichut kasarta noton nebo urerioshek ako chang tuguk chekochobun en olebo studio nebo Nenyon Sports Tech. Naile tesetai ng'alekab alan competition noton nebo World Cup en USA, Mexico ak Canada. Ako nguni keng'olole ko debate ko noton nebo Cristiano Ronaldo ak Lionel Messi. Manon kityok naile ko signen billet the man at the top alan ko in the top hill noton ko President William Ruto ko signen amut billit noton nenomegei ak urerioshek choton tugul kebendi kekere komatyan eng Nenyon Sports Check metwage.
Nenyon TV.